Are you a business owner struggling to make sense of data and truly transform your operations for the future? This video will show you how data driven businesses with AI isn't just about collecting numbers, but about leveraging intelligence to make smarter decisions, optimize processes, and unlock massive growth. Stay tuned to learn how to turn data into your most powerful asset. Let's understand the complete process of building data driven business transformation using AI. First, understand the core concept. What do you mean by data driven business? Earlier, decisions were made based on gut feeling. Now we are talking about using data, whether it is finance related data, whether it is sales data, marketing data, or HR related data, using that data as a strategic asset and then using this information which is generated from data for creating or transforming it into intelligence. This intelligence will be used to create decisions. Again, earlier decisions were made based on evidence, but now we have data which is processed, which has created intelligence, and that intelligence will be used to create decisions. So rather than having gut feeling based decisions, now you have evidence based decisions, and evidence will be provided by data. Now, what is the role of AI in this complete process of building data driven transformation? First step starts with the automatic collection of data. You may have different processes in your business, HR, finance, or operations. You may be collecting data either in a manual form or maybe not at all collecting that data. The moment you talk about data driven business transformation, you will set up processes where data will be collected automatically, either using tools like softwares or actually using IoT based devices where entire process will be used to collect data, process data. Second step is data cleaning. Always remember, whenever you are collecting raw data from different sources, not necessary it can be processed as it is. You may have to work on data cleaning part. So AI can play crucial role in data cleaning. If you think about data science project, earlier most of the time data scientists used to spend on data cleaning itself. But now when we have AI agents or AI tools, you can just specify specific task, like set an AI automation for that data cleaning purpose. Next step or next benefit of using AI in data driven transformation is hidden pattern discovery. Earlier, data scientists used to spend months for identifying patterns using different predictive models, using time series models. But now, using AI, you can immediately identify hidden patterns in your data and take according actions. There are proprietary tools like SaaS tools or data lab. There are multiple tools which are like proprietary tools. Apart from that, also you can use Copilot, ChatGPT for identifying patterns. You can use historical data. The moment you start collecting historical data, you can use that historical data to make future predictions, and those predictions can help you what may go wrong and accordingly take preventive actions. So you can be more proactive using data. Now let's understand what are core or strategic pillars of this entire transformation. First and foremost important thing is high quality data. If you really want to build a data driven organization, data that you are capturing or processing need to be high quality. Remember, garbage in, garbage out rule is also applicable for data processing. If your data is inaccurate, most of the values are missing, then you cannot expect better results even if you are spending money on tools or processing. So, data is a basic raw ingredient, and you need to have high quality data for building this data driven transformation. Second, business objectives need to be clear. So, first of all, you need to talk about business objectives and then look for available data. Then, start if you are not collecting that data, then start collecting that data. Without business objective, if you just initiate any of the data science or AI projects, you cannot expect better return on investment even if you are spending money on these kind of projects. First and foremost is your business objective should be clear. For example, if I want to spend operational if I want to save 25% in my operational expenses, so that is my business objective, and based on that then I will go back and check whether I'm collecting data related to operations. If not, then I will start collecting that data. If certain values are missing, then obviously I can work on that. Think of it like creating a recipe. Suppose you want to create a matar paneer recipe, so that objective is fixed, and based on that you will see what all ingredients I already have in my kitchen, what I need to actually purchase or order. Important thing is again whether I'm cooking for 5 people or whether I'm cooking for 100 people. So business objective, why you are even carrying out this entire process, is more important. Next is aligned AI tools. Market is flooded with AI tools, and remember, each and every tool may not be relevant for your objective. So first need to understand what is your business objective, then look for the tool which is aligned with your objective. For example, ChatGPT, Gemini, all these are Gen AI tools. So if I want to create video, I cannot use existing version of ChatGPT for creating videos. If I want to create a dashboard, interactive dashboard, then ChatGPT is not a proper tool for creating interactive dashboard, which is runtime active. So I have to use specialized tools aligned with my business objective. Next important pillar for this entire data driven business transformation is people and culture. They are a core component of your organization. So when you're talking about data driven transformation, your team should be aware about initiatives that you are carrying out and why you are doing it. First and foremost, if your team is aligned with your vision, then only they can be part of your mission. If they are not aligned with your vision, then you cannot expect them to be part of your mission. Next important strategic pillar is continuous improvement. It's not one time activity. Remember, even if you are preparing certain recipe, first time you are cooking it, it may not be perfect, but that doesn't mean that you stop cooking. It's a lifelong learning process. Similarly, whenever you want to build a data driven organization, first start with a small POC. See the results. Whatever you learn through the process of implementing that POC, implement those learnings for next project. So it is continuous improvement for data driven building transformation. Now, most important thing is, okay, you have implemented the project, a POC. Now, how to actually understand or how to get most out of from this data driven organization? Okay, how insights can be used for actually implementation in your business. It's not about collecting data, processing that data, seeing some good dashboard. It's not about that. We are expecting your data to support your decision making process. So where you can see that, take a simple example. If you are analyzing sales data, so you have analyzed last 1 year sales data. Based on that, you have your team basically used predictive models and you have now forecasting outcomes. You have forecasted sales for next 1 year. There you observe during summer your sales is going down. Sales numbers are going down during summer. Again, this can differ from product to product, service to service. Okay, like if you are experienced, if you see during summer season certain products sell will increase, like air cooler, fridge, whereas during winter season automatically refrigerator or cooler sales will go down. So if you use historical data, obviously models capture that trend and predict accordingly. So forecasting outcomes will tell you which particular month sales will go down, sales will go up. Now, if sales is going down, predicted values are going down in some months. So as a business owner, you don't want to see low sales numbers. So you can think about a strategy to increase sales. What are the strategies? Maybe offer discount, maybe use some upselling, maybe try to connect with your existing or past customers. So your strategies can differ based on the product or service you are selling, but forecasting will help you to identify what can happen in future, and based on that you can think about different strategies. And best part is you can use AI as your strategic digital partner. That is the best part. And this entire process, forecasting, collecting data, getting recommendations, everything can be automated and you can get a report on your laptop every week. So that kind of a automation, routine automation you can set. This is how you can use this data driven insights into action. If you want to see real life example, let's talk about real life examples where industries have already applied data driven business transformation. Let's talk about the retail industry. In retail industry, data driven business transformation can be seen in a form where companies have already implemented systems for demand forecasting. The moment they get idea about demand, whether demand is going to increase or decrease, so the moment you have the clarity about demand forecasting, you can manage cost of inventory stock. So this is a real life example for retail industry. Now let's talk about manufacturing industry. So manufacturing industry, you have different machines for productions, and even if one particular machine is down, then that can impact your overall results. Now, different IoT devices can be placed to collect the data about machine health conditions, and then you can apply predictive models on top of that data. So, rather than actually machine failing and then everyone is getting awake and working on that part, we can work on a proactive manner. So, before actually breakdown of a machine, at least 3 or 4 days before, you can get an alert either through email or system generated signals, where you will get information that certain parameters are not going aligned, something is wrong, so you can work on maintenance of that machine. So that is called as a predictive maintenance. The moment you work on this kind of a predictive maintenance, automatically you will reduce downtime, so your production will be as per expectations, and this downtime will not affect your overall business profits. This is how manufacturing industries are already implementing data driven business transformation. Now let's talk about service industry. Most of the time services work with the direct people, direct customers. So for identifying customer behavior, this data driven business transformation can be used. If you think about online businesses, be it Mintra, Amazon, all these kind of e-commerce portal or even user behavior, so they actually capture your buying behavior, whether you continuously behave, what kind of a products you are purchasing. So everything will be captured and then your behavior can be predicted. Similarly, if any company which is providing services, software solutions, directly B2C services, in that case, they can actually capture customer behavior and identify whether certain customers are not happy with their services. That can depend on the customer interaction as well as how frequently customer is checking your services, logging into your portal. So that indicates that customer is not happy with your services. So there are high chances that customer will leave your subscription or will go to some other buying other portal. So for that kind of analysis, data driven transformation can be used. So you predict whether particular customers are not happy with your services and may offer them some discount coupons, some additional benefits, perks. You can make sure that the customer will stay with you and will not leave you. Reason behind that, cost of new customer acquisition is always higher than retaining existing customer. Now, this looks good, but is it really so smooth or really easy process? Definitely not. There are certain challenges whenever you want to build data driven AI transformation. What are the challenges people commonly face? First challenge is regarding data quality. As I said earlier, garbage in, garbage out. If your data is not in a good quality, missing values you have, then you cannot expect better results. So, if you want to overcome this challenge, what is the solution? Fix data quality. That is a core important thing. Second one is, when we talk about businesses, we have different systems, and generally these different systems are vertical, hardly communicate with each other. They perform, they are working fine. Finance, HR, operations, but they work in silos. But when we talk about business as such, a complete business, your systems need to talk with each other. When we talk about data, finance data is sitting in one system, HR data sitting in one system, operations data sitting in one system, that will not help. We need to talk about integration and different systems talking with each other. Then only you can see the complete picture for your business. Next problem is when we talk about data. So data, maybe I have 1,000 rows that I, as a business owner, I'm not going to check those 1,000 rows. So what is the solution? I will actually prefer one picture or executive dashboard where that one screen, at a glance screen, will explain everything about health of my business. So that kind of a real time dashboards will help me. Even if I am technical or non technical, it does not matter. So even if I am non technical, not tech savvy, that should not matter. My team can build a dashboard where I can just look at that particular dashboard at a glance. I can get report that dashboard update on my mobile every morning. I can see and decide what's going right, what's going wrong, and accordingly take decisions. Next important challenge that organizations face is not necessary that every organization is already familiar with AI tools or using AI tools. So in that case, what is the solution? Obviously, if we don't know something, it's always better to learn that. So you can go for upskilling your team, provide training for your team for learning AI skills as well as data skills. Now, what will happen by 2030? What are the trends across the globe? By 2030, you will see almost each and every organization across the globe will use AI this way or that. Okay. Those who will not use AI will not survive in this AI era. Next, you will see companies or business owners preferring life decision monitoring. It's not like now I'm taking decision, I will visit after 1 month and see. No, if I'm taking decision right now, I will prefer to see what is happening as an impact of my decision. And future trend, that this is the most important, people or business owners will think about AI as a strategic advisor, as their second brain. That era is gone where business owners were only limited to their experience, their domain knowledge. If you have unlimited knowledge available with AI, what's the harm in actually getting strategic advices using AI? I have a knowledge limited to my education, my actually domain knowledge, industry knowledge. But if I really want to grow my business, only that knowledge is not sufficient. I should be aware about what is really happening about my business across the globe. What is a recent trend? So AI can give me strategic advices based on what is happening around in my industry. So you will see this trend quite frequently, that business owners are thinking of AI as a strategic thinking partner. Now we are decision makers and action takers. So we are not only limited to just watching this video, we want to actually implement whatever we have learned. So what are the implementation steps after this video for you? Think about your business, list down top 3 key problems in your business right now. Then map existing data relevant to that problem. And wherever you have quality data, maximum data available, execute single use case, execute a POC. Then measure return on investments and then scale. So this is like you not only learn, actually implement in your business. If you observe that though you have identified the key problem, but you don't have relevant data for that problem, then please do not invest your money on POCs. I can guarantee you that project will fail or you will not see expected return on investment. Your data is a raw material or raw ingredient for the entire process. If you don't have quality data, relevant data for that particular related to that problem, then what's the point in executing entire POC, investing your time, money for execution? Data is a raw ingredient. First, make that data available and then work on it. Okay, this is the way you can actually build data driven business transformation, and AI can help you starting from identifying key KPIs, what data you really need, everything. I'm Manisha Jadhav. I help business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals blend AI with human intelligence. And that blend transforms life, transform careers, transform businesses. If you want to join my upcoming program on AI for human transformation, click the link below and join waitlist. If you want to see how AI can be blended in your business, then drop an email at contact@datacruxinsights.com and my team will connect with you.